Okay, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome back to Music Updates with me, your boy the man, NJ to the city with a number 2 and TO. Let's go, let's get into this show. This is me discussing the 6 new tracks that I released within the last 24 hours. Titled Under the Influence, Adopted Each Other, Your Reign, Your Game, Kids Night, Imagination at Work, and Never See You Again. So this is me discussing those 6 tracks, and to definitely get into those, let everybody know. Under the influence is definitely a phrase that we obviously already know is usually associated with drugs and alcohol. But I decided to naturally, like I think I've told y'all plenty of times before, I like to take things like that, and use it for God's glory and grace at the end of it, and like turning what used to be a negative like that and turn into a positive of saying I'm under the influence with Christ to do right. So I definitely take a lot of pride in definitely knowing that I tried to flip that and so forth and so forth. It's definitely a lingo that, if you were to ask me, is definitely healthy and revolutionary to definitely try to start using in everyday life, in everyday conversations, in terms of you trying to do God first right, you trying to live up to what's God first, clean, pure, and etc. Saying I'm under the influence with Christ to do right, to do better, to live up, to try harder, and etc. So definitely, those are, you could definitely say some phrases that you could definitely use, the title like under the influence with, because like I said, usually it's associated with drugs and alcohol, but I decided to turn that negative into a positive and say I'm under the influence with Christ to do right, to do better, to try harder, and etc. So once again, adopted each other has everything to do with just stuff like I said before, big brother stuff, role model and mentor stuff, and etc. Again, like I said before, I am a big brother. I am a role model and mentor. I love these kids. They love me, and I've adopted them in my family as such, as a little, as I'm the big brother. I'm the role model and mentor, and they're my little brothers and sisters, and they've adopted me as such, as yeah, they're the little brother and little sister, and I'm the big brother, and I'm their role model and mentor, and etc. So again, that's what they adopted each other, and again, it's pretty much within the entire song. So you definitely can quantify that if you want to, as the guitar that I put for that. I wouldn't quantify that as a country song, but most definitely you can definitely take that whichever way you want to. I definitely know that I was definitely trying what I could to make it sound, I want to say tangy, make it sound a little bit authentic or unique, or just definitely I want to say rhythmatic, even though I think I just made that word up. And I definitely just tried to make it as definitely, it's somewhat the same thing as other songs I've created, like Everybody's Big Bro, Most Supportive, and Huge Into Adoption. It's songs like that that I've already made before, and I might continuously keep making, because again, Adopted Each Other definitely again speaks to my heart, my soul, my character, my morals. But again, practically every song that I've released preaches to that exact same concept, and I'm just trying to, once again, God first, but once it's unashamed, represent all this stuff in the best light every single day. That's going to help us all learn, build, and grow together through Jesus Christ's salvation, of which whom strengthens us, so forth and so forth. Your reign, your game. Now, definitely to everybody in East High School, and definitely to everybody who was going out to those softball games and going out to the baseball games and etc., but definitely the softball games this past season, this past 2018 softball season, definitely should be familiar with the title Your Reign, Your Game, because I'm pretty sure I said that at almost every single game in which I attended. Your reign, your game, you own it, and so forth and so forth. And there's a reason why I shouted out Dear Miss Bailey Patterson in the song, because majority of the times that I was saying that, I was saying it with her pitching, a majority of times of when I was saying that, and etc. So that's definitely the message behind that. And again, she shouted out right there at the intro. So that's definitely again why I shouted her out, and etc. Because majority of times when I said it, I was definitely saying it to her, for her phenomenal pitching and etc. Again, I got more tribute songs coming to Miss Bailey Patterson over time, and she's again a phenomenal, God blessed, and gifted young life superstar, phenom. She's phenomenal, and she's again gonna do great things at her next level of life with Mercer University. It's just gonna be awesome. It's gonna be lit. Um, and I put Palm Valley Academy as the cover of that again to again give the kids more support, more encouragement towards again this being their first year of existence. Let's again continuously try to big them up as much as we God first can towards everything they're about to futurely God first accomplish, and etc. With hey, this is your reign, your game, own it, and etc. Yeah. Again, it's more confidence boosting. It's more, you could even say at times, ego boosting, but it's definitely more confidence boosting, more, godly pride in yourself, knowing what you can and cannot do, and trying to continuously chase your better tomorrow. Definitely, train for this game, train for that game, knowing that, hey, this strategy, that strategy, let me keep trying to tweak it here and there to where, again, I can assure myself and my team this victory and etc. So, again, it's definitely quite a math to it and a science to it at times. And it's definitely, again, it's all the way beautiful when you definitely break it down and try to, get into a groove of it and etc. Kids nights. Now I can assure you that the beginning beat for that, or not really the beginning beat, but when you journey into the actual song, when you go towards the first verse and then the middle verse, definitely those verses, or at least the first two verses, excuse me, the first two verses. Now that beat definitely, like I said, I was definitely trying what I could to definitely try to put different beats to that, and I definitely might go back and reproduce that some other time. But I definitely think for now I'm perfectly okay with that beat being on there, because it's not really, because when you think about Kids Night, that beat right there doesn't really personify the fun, lively atmosphere of what Kids Night is supposed to be like. It definitely personifies more of like, your reign, your game, part one to a certain degree. But at the same time, it definitely overall goes with the flow, the vibes, the tempos, or to a certain degree. And like I said, if I'm meant to reproduce that song, I definitely will reproduce it. But for now, it's totally gonna go on, stay on the Palm Valley Academy album, and we're definitely gonna see where we can tend to get with it, and etc. And Imagination at Work is definitely that's the song that I take the most pride in, of which I dropped within this 6-song collection, is the fact of being your reign, not your reign. Imagination at Work is again a song where you obviously hear me shouting out St. Johns County School District practically throughout, if not the entire song, through half the song. You hear me shouting out them, Nice, and etc. So definitely in many cases, it's a song dedicated again to St. Johns County School District, to Nice, to Palm Valley Academy, and continuously letting everybody know, hey, you flock down here, it's Imagination at Work. We're continuously striving to live up, and we're continuously striving to innovate and etc. and give the kids the absolute best of ourselves with everything we possibly got first can, throughout everything, for better and for worse. So I'm very, very proud of Imagination at Work, and if anything, that definitely should be the county's theme song, if anything. I definitely believe so. Imagination at Work. And the first song that I released within that 24, within that 6-song set, the first song I released was Never See You Again. Now, obviously, you hear me talking about a young lady named Gracie, who is one of my dear good friends. That song is based upon her and her relationship, or is primarily based upon her and the fact that I thought that I would never see her again, even though I had her on I still have her on Snapchat, and I still have her phone number, but I thought that I'd never see her again because she transferred jobs and other stuff like that. And so I definitely knew, at least around Nocatee and stuff, I wouldn't see her again, But then, come back a few months later, I think that was definitely January or February, and then come back around March and June, not March and June, March and in April, I see her again at the play. The chicken is a metaphor. The chicken was a metaphor. It's one of those two things. And then next thing I know, I'm like, wow, I thought I'd never see you again. Now here you are, with you and you and your boyfriend. You look great. And you had a good time, and now you're back at the job that you just left, or or you got another job transfer, and it's like, hey, I actually will start seeing you again, if I come by and other stuff like that. So I mean, it definitely, it has nothing to do with the long lost lover stuff, but it definitely has to do with a matter of like, hey, I thought I would never see you again, but God made a way through timing and execution and thought process and whatever else words you want to throw in there, to where now I did see you again, and this is the glory and the grace and the mercy and the wisdom that's now coming out of the situation. And again, we're seeing how you're learning, building, and growing and prospering with it all, and so forth and so forth. It's all beautiful, it's all humbling, and it's definitely, great story to tell, and etc. I mean, I definitely take pride in that song too. That's the first song I released tonight. I'm definitely take pride in that song. That song, if you definitely see under the playlist section, you see that I'm crafting another new album titled My Side of the Story Documentary, which again, I haven't really posted any of the other videos yet, of which explain what that song is, what that album is about. My Side of the Story Documentary, once again, is just focusing on, again, my side of the story within, again, my trials and tribulations, my love life, school, and etc. Just my side of the story, trying to cover all these misconceptions that people have about my character, about my morals, my ethics, and etc. I've definitely been already proving a lot of this wrong and giving my side of the story for a good year, if not more, of my, I was a career thus far, releasing music and etc. on YouTube and etc. But at the same time, when you keep on getting more and more ideas on how to, shape things, and how to record things, and how to definitely write things and flow things together, you definitely think to yourself, you can almost never get enough of giving your side of the story. Because if you ask me, I've been giving my side of the story without having an official album for it, titled that, for at least a good year now, if not 2, 3, and etc. I've been giving my side of the story for a long time now. But definitely this is its own little album dedicated to my side of the story, and I decided to put Never See You Again, definitely a part of that as the intro. And it definitely benefits and works with it, fits the scheme fit a little bit, because of the fact being Never See You Again is definitely a part of the, the trials and tribulations, the family ties, family drama. It's definitely a part of that in many cases when it comes to the Never See You Again lingo, with what that usually symbolizes when it comes to you going through difficult and rough times and you just wanting to just get away, and etc. Even though I recorded the song about something else, it still fits the scheme fit. The title, it still fits the scheme fit, and what I put as my cover fits the scheme fit, because again, it's on my destiny, it's on my legacy, it's on my dynasty, it's on my everything. That one of the top things I want the kids to learn from me is, through Christ, how to be the most open-minded, free thinker you possibly can. Because again, that is definitely a part of, imagination and work. That's a part of how you're going to help heal this culture towards, again, more levels of just definitely honesty, truth, which is again the same thing pretty much, wisdom, and just a ton more things that I can definitely get into. But I think I've already said it a lot of times in other videos, but you get the point. So again, overall, more new music continuously coming soon. I'm trying to go ahead and finish up the International Women's Day album, but definitely, again, I got a lot of music to get out, and these albums definitely will be finished towards definitely the end, the rest of July, and definitely in August and September. I don't know which ones will definitely be finished, first, next, last, whatever, but I can definitely assure you, Palm Valley Academy's new album, their tribute album, should be done in time for the next school year, most definitely. And again, I'm definitely looking forward to all the blessings that come with all the kids, and we're definitely going to see where we continuously take it with, again, with creativity, with wisdom, and with, again, comparing and contrasting different ideas, different thought processes, and etc. Because again, we definitely can make this all light up at the end of the day together. It just definitely depends which ways you're going to look at this, which ways are you going to, what are you going to take out of this, what are you going to build on, what are you going to denounce, and etc. Again, it's very much a math and science at times, but again, it's beautiful once you definitely, take a step back and look at it all and admire it all. Sometimes it's gonna be confusing, but definitely when you start thinking about it step by step by step, like, wow, this is, or you just look at the bigger picture in game, you're like, wow, this is really beautiful, and it's really gonna help change the world in so many God first, positive, beneficial ways, and etc. So again, I love y'all. Take care. More music coming soon. Finishing these albums up. More analysis videos coming soon. This is definitely a music update with NJ to the City with the number 2 with T.O. God bless, and yeah, peace.